Hey you, are you over the age of 40 and looking to get in shape, but you just don't know where to get started? Maybe you haven't exercised in a long time, or maybe you even followed a program, but you got injured, and it's common, believe it or not. But guess what? I'm here to help you out. I can help you get into shape, and you don't even have to take steroids to do it. I promise you, I will get you in fantastic shape. Just keep following me, watching my videos, and you'll see and you'll learn what to do. Today, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about shoulder injuries. Today, I want to talk about shoulder injuries in particular because guess what? I would say about 80% of my clients that come to me end up having a shoulder injury. And that's a lot, guys, but you know what? That's reality. That's the way life is. Okay, when you get older, your shoulders can get injured, and it can happen very easily, and it doesn't necessarily have to be because of you did a bad program. Heck, you may not even work out at all, and you're actually at a greater chance of your shoulders getting injured at that point. Okay, so two things that cause it are number one, life, and number two, bad programming can cause it too. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what the specific causes are, okay, and then we're going to talk about exercises that you can do that are going to help prevent it, okay, and they're going to help correct it, okay, because that's what you need to do. I teach people how to get in shape, but I also teach people with injuries how to get in shape, because you know what good is it for you to get into shape and then get injured and then you can't go anymore? That's no good, right? That's why I'm here. So today, let's talk about the shoulder in general. What causes the shoulder to get injured? Well, most of the time, the number one reason why shoulders get injured is because the anterior delt, okay, which is the front part of the delt, is taking over all of the work of the shoulder, okay? You also have a middle part and a rear part, okay? So what I want to do is I want you to think about getting your rear side stronger rather than your front side. I see so many people in the gym, okay, and they do bench press, which is great, okay? They do shoulder press, which is another good exercise for the shoulders. But guess what? When you're doing bench press, you're working your anterior delt, and I am by no means telling you not to do that, okay? But then I see people doing battle ropes, front delt raises, upright rows, and all these other exercises. They're just working the front of their delt, not working the rear delt, okay? Not working at all. And then guess what? Bam, end up with an injury. That's number one. That has to do with programming. Number two injury, actually the more common injuries, is because, you know, we're texting, we're driving our car, we're picking up things and we're carrying them. And guess what? Every single one of those movements that's in the front of your body right here, which, you know, everybody does because we're all humans and that's just what we do, ends up causing this to get tight. And over time, repetitive ends up in injury, okay? So how can we prevent that? How can we stop that from happening? Well, the best way to stop that from happening is a two-pronged approach, okay? Number one, the first thing you want to work on is getting this stretched out, okay? You want to stretch out that anterior. And the way to stretch out that anterior is just like this, okay? Grab onto a surface, put your hand on a surface like a wall, or grab onto a post if you have that, okay? And then you want to turn your body out from it, okay? Take this hand here, drop it behind your back, okay? And then look downward like that. That gets a stretch all through here, okay? Because what's tight is your anterior right here and where your anterior meets your chest right here, okay? That's what's causing a lot of the problem. The other part of the muscle that's getting tight, that's causing a problem, is your lats right here, okay? A lot of people can't even raise their arms up much higher than this. You want to get that you want to be able to have that full range of motion right there, okay? So that when you're doing when you're doing shoulder presses, you want your shoulders back here, okay? And when you're doing lat pull downs, you want your shoulders and your head back here, so it's all straight like that, okay? What you don't want is to be doing shoulder presses at a diagonal like this, okay, with the weight going over the front part of your head, because that is only tightening your anteriors more, okay? How can we stretch out the lats? By grabbing onto something higher than you, like a ledge or like a pole, or as you can see over here, I have my that pull down over there. You can grab that, or you can grab a pole, which I recommend actually the pole if you can do it, okay? Grab onto it and then let yourself just hang. That's it, okay? Let yourself hang as long as you can hang. Do 3 sets, get this thing stretched out, get this stretched out, okay? Those you want to do daily, okay? You want to do those every single day if possible. I mean, even when I'm driving to work, I got my hand, okay? I got my hand behind my seat over here while I'm driving, okay? And that's stretching out my shoulder and my chest. The other thing that you want to do this for is you want to do this not only for shoulder prevention, okay? But the other big reason why you want to do this is, guess what, okay? If your shoulder's rolled forward here like this, you can't work out your chest, okay? You can't open up your whole chest. When your shoulder's back down here and you're pressing and it's where it needs to be, guess what? You're opening up and getting your full chest, okay? But when it's back, when it's rolled forward, you can't even hit, you're not even working your chest, you're working your shoulder, and that's no good, okay? The other end of it is that when this is back here like this, when you're doing your bicep curls, okay? When your shoulder's back, you're actually working your biceps, all right? So that's very important. Now, the exercise I want to talk about, and there are many exercises to help with this. There's many exercises to help pull your shoulders back, but today, for simplicity and for the length of this video, I just want to talk about what exercise can we do on a regular basis, 1 to 2 times a week, that's going to work to pull our shoulders back and keep them in alignment. And I got that one for you right now. That is called the rear delt flies. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab dumbbells, okay? These are my funky dumbbells, but they work, all right? You're going to bend down here, okay, at the waist. And when you bend down, okay, you want to get a diagonal about right here, or as low as you can go, but no higher than that, okay? You don't want to let your back bend either. That's a big problem that a lot of newbies do, is they let their back bend. And what you need to do, if you think your back's bending, which it probably is if you haven't been trained doing this, you'll need an instructor for that, but that's a whole different conversation, is to use a bench, okay? Take a bench, put it on an incline, a pretty low incline, here or here, okay? And then you want to get around it, and you're going to do the rear delt raises around the bench. That will keep your back flat, okay? But as I was saying before, when you do the rear delt flies, you want to keep the weights here, as I'll show you in just a minute. You want to have the weight even with your head, okay? Right there, boom, even with the head when you're pulling back. Okay, you don't want it dragging down here like this, because then that's going to not end up working out where you want to hit, which is the rear delt, the mid and lower traps, and the rhomboid. So got my weight here, bend down here, back flat. Here, keep the back back. 1, 2, 3, just like that, all right? Do 3 sets of 12, 2 times a week, and this will help keep your shoulders intact, help keep them in place. Do the stretches every day, and I promise you this will help with your shoulders. This will help with your injury. This will help rehabilitate it. It may not rehabilitate it fully, okay? But it's gonna take time, okay? How long did it take for you to get out of shape? Think about that, okay? So it's gonna take time, and it's gonna take patience, but you gotta keep doing it. Do it every week, once a week. Do the stretches every single day, and you'll get your shoulders healed up pretty quickly. Please like, please don't like, please comment, please DM me. Whatever you think, just hit me up. Thanks.